I'm just sitting here. I'm doing me right. I'm online right now. Looking up some stuff that I'm trying to get some stuff situated. But the whole time though, I could hear the gang stalkers like climbing on the walls and stuff, cause that's all they do, right? And I already know that it's like all designed for distraction and everything, cause everything that they do is distraction. I just took my daughter to school. Man, I'm trying to tell you, it only take me about maybe what 10 minutes. Within that 10-minute time frame of taking from traveling, taking my child to school and coming back home, I seen 5 police officers, dog. Different police. You know what I'm saying? Different districts. You know what I mean? You know, but at the same time, like I say, over and over and over, Amber's missing, a whole bunch of people's missing. It's just a whole bunch of psyop stories. You know what I'm saying? It's like you repeat yourself over and over and over, but at the same time, people still don't get it. People still don't understand. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I'm just still waiting for that one or two person, one or two people, or whatever, whether it's male or female, it don't even matter. But for somebody to have the cojones to step up to the plate and be like, man, I've been gang stalking this individual, man, for the last 10 years. And he's still standing 10 toes down. Maybe I need to go ahead and grow some cojones. You know what I'm saying? Get myself together, put the wind behind my back and go out in a blaze if I got to. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise you ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? That was juice. You know what I'm saying? Where are the people with the bold? Like, it's like people ain't bold no more. You know what I'm saying? But they're bold to do dumb stuff. They're bold to be on TikTok dancing. They're bold to, do dumb pranks in the hood. They're bold to rock climb and fall to their death. You know what I'm saying? It's like people are out here, they're bold for like stupid reasons instead of having some boldness to stand for your rights and having boldness to at least do your best to try to change, the future, but it starts right now. It starts in the present moment. You can't change the future without first changing what you're doing right now. You know what I'm saying? And it just always, I always hear a lot of people saying, man, what are you going, how are you going to explain to your grandchildren or your children or whatever of what's taking place in today's world? They're going to be looking at you like, you mean to tell me you just sat on your ass and didn't do nothing, you know what I'm saying, while all this was taking place? I mean, and that's how I feel, how the world is today. There's just so many sellouts. It's like nobody had the heart to stand up for themselves. Like this is your country. You know what I'm saying? Like if you were born here, you know what I'm saying, born and raised in America, or no matter where country you're at, you know what I'm saying, if you in Canada, if you in Africa, if you in Asia, if you in the Caribbean, wherever you at and you being targeted, then you must hold it down. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, everybody's going through something. Everybody might not be going through gang stalking, but at the end of the day, everybody's feeling the heat. You just believe that, you know what I'm saying, with the politics going on, you know what I'm saying, with the lies of the religion systems, you know what I'm saying, they still lying to you, telling somebody, don't worry, somebody's going to come back and save you. And, people still falling for the Santa Claus trick. You know what I'm saying? People still falling for, the okie doke. You know what I'm saying? It's like people just gullible. They just rather believe the lies instead of believing the truth. But like I said, I'm just waiting for that person, or that people or whatever, you know what I'm saying, to wake up and realize that, okay, it is time for me to do something. It is time to take a stand. You know what I'm saying? Stop being scared. Like, why everybody scared? You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you're not scared to rock climb. You're not scared to follow people and track people around the place all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like on some real, a target individual couldn't. It's like a walking, ticking time bomb. I said that in my previous videos. You know what I'm saying? You can snap out at any time, at any given time. You can just say, you know what? I'm not going to take it no more. You know what I'm saying? Where that machete at? You know what I'm saying? And you could just go ahead and go hams. You know what I'm saying? Or where that AK at? Whatever you choose, to whatever weapon you choose, you can go ahead and do it. You can go ahead and do it. The choice is yours. You know what I'm saying? I don't recommend that way. You know what I'm saying? I don't suggest anybody to go out that way. You know what I'm saying? But who am I to tell you what to do? You see what I'm saying? I can't tell you what to do and what not to do. You know what I'm saying? You got your own mind or whatever. You're going to decide what you're going to do regardless of what I say. You see what I'm saying? So, me, I try, I do my best to fight differently. You know what I'm saying? Because I understand that this is a spiritual galactical warfare. But at the same time, while I'm up here trying to, start my online business, I'm telling the perp next door, I'm like, look, dog, you could be, since you're watching me, because he's not at work, he or she, I think is a he, is a he with a vagina, basically. There's a he next door with a vagina, a big, fat, hairy vagina. You know what I'm saying? So, my thing is like, you watching what I'm doing, like you could be doing this too, but instead you're scared. You're scared of these punk pigs that's forcing you to do it, because that's all it is. There's nowhere in the world people will be this dedicated to doing this type of job, which is tracking and tracing and stalking people and spying. And, it's not, because people don't even want to get up and go to work, dog. Like people got jobs. How many people going to Walmart right now, or going to a supermarket, or going to construction, you know what I'm saying? Or going somewhere that you really don't want to be. You really don't want to be there. But instead, you are going there. You're going why? Why are you going? Because that money talks and bullcrap walks. So you want that money. You're one paycheck away from being homeless or whatever, or being broke. Because people ain't really got no money. There's only a certain select of people out here that's really balling. But about 95% of the population is struggling. You know what I'm saying? So my point is, what I'm saying is, what makes these people out here so dedicated to this craft of proxy stalking? Why are you so dedicated to this? Why you have so much motivation and ambition to get up every day and every night, not just day, night, because they stalk at night now. You know what I'm saying? They're up watching you. There's somebody on the clock watching you while you sleep. Just, you seen the Truman Show. They was watching Mr. Truman while he was asleep. You know what I'm saying? They watched him when he woke up. They watched him when he went to the bathroom. They watched him every day, every second of the hour. He was under surveillance. You know what I'm saying? So you can miss me with the bull crap about, that's impossible. Because like I said, they got movies about this crap. So if they got a movie about it, then you know what's happening in real life. Okay. And Truman Show is like one of the best movies that I would say, and I would put in the top 5 that I would recommend anybody to watch if they have no idea about what's Gangstalking is all about. Just go ahead and watch that movie. That movie right there will just basically solidify and explain everything about what a targeted individual go through on a day-to-day basis. You know what I'm saying? This is not exaggeration. Like it's extremely diabolical. It's pathetic. It's insane. Like you know what I'm saying? Like any type of word you can think of, you know what I'm saying? Because, anybody else that, like I said, if you're on the outside looking in, you don't know nothing about this, you have no idea what's going on. So you be like, and just, right now, thank God that you don't. You know what I'm saying? Maybe one day you will, you know what I'm saying? But it's just, it don't make no sense. Like every day I say to myself, I'm like, I'm just very extremely special. And it's not that easy being extremely special. It really ain't. Being down here in this matrix, in this simulation, you come down here in this domain, the demiurge and these archons rule this planet, you know what I'm saying? And they control the population, you know what I'm saying? They control the insects, they control the animals, they control everything, you know what I'm saying? They can, they even control your thoughts. If you're a TI, you even got to question your own thoughts. You know what I'm saying? You cannot take your thoughts. If you have any thoughts in your head, you be thinking they're yours, they're not yours. You know what I'm saying? You might have a suggestion to go ahead and do this or do that or whatever. How do you know that's your thought? How do you know you actually told yourself to go to the store or make that right turn or make that left turn or whatever? You don't know. You don't, because you already know that this AI machine is controlling people. It's controlling people's minds, and you might be getting suggestions that's coming from a bot, that's coming from the Gangstalker, that's coming from the AI, whatever. You know what I'm saying? To tell you that they made you do this. You know what I'm saying? I remember the dude had said, he was like, he said, what Zev Daniels said, he said it was Rosemary Baby to even had gave me the thought or the decision to even move where I moved at. You know what I'm saying? You know how many times I done drove places and I done went somewhere and I'm like, let me ride down this street right here. I might had a suggestion. It was a suggestion, like, let me go down this road right here. And then you go down that road and bam, you run into 2 or 3 cops. You know what I'm saying? or gang stalkers with red on out there with the dogs. You know what I'm saying? It's like, wow. Like how did that happen? You know what I'm saying? It wasn't your thought. Somebody suggested that you do it. It was a bot that did it. It was a bot that suggested that you make that left turn. You know what I'm saying? And you ran right into the Gangstalkers. You know what I'm saying? So even in this day of time with the technology and with all this proxy stalking going on, with all this AI crap, you even got to question your own thoughts. Don't believe everything that you thinking. Don't believe that all the thoughts that's coming up in your head. Don't be believing that that's actually your thoughts. It may not be. It may not be. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like I said, what gives these people so much motivation to want to get up and do what they do instead of, creating an online business, you know what I'm saying? Creating something. I mean, create a store, you know what I'm saying? Create a YouTube channel, write some poetry or rap or do something. Go to the gym. It's so much to do in this day of time. Read a book. How many books can you read within 6 months? But see, like I said, I'm talking to bots, but at the same time, these bots, all of them are not stupid. You know what I'm saying? Because they got the inside deal and the inside scoop of what's going on. You see what I'm saying? Because they know things that we don't know because they are connected to the hive mind. So they got inside scoop and inside intel about how this program is being run, but they cannot talk to you about it because you will never see them again. You see what I'm saying? If they was to talk about it, their head would be in some a basket somewhere. You know what I mean? Or either that or tied up in somebody's basement getting tortured for the rest of their lives. You see what I'm saying? So it's a reason why these people have so much fear. I guess the moment you sign that contract, once you sign those disclosure forms, this is a wrap, dog. You can't even get out. Even if you wanted to. Jesus ain't getting you out. Allah ain't getting you out. Nobody ain't getting you out. You know what I'm saying? Once you sign those disclosure forms, you know what I'm saying, to become a part of their program, now you know too much. You know too much. You hold secret information, secret data that you cannot share with the TI. I'm not going to say with public. You probably can't even share it with public either, but you definitely can't share it with a TI. And that's the reason why you go to these bots. That's the reason why they're going to gaslight you. That's the reason why they're going to tell you, oh, I don't know what you're talking about, man. You crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because they know dang on well that they can't say nothing, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, think about it. What's the worst that you can do that the beast won't do to them? You see what I'm saying? Because they know that they're being watched. Because and look, they know that they're under surveillance because they're putting you under surveillance. So they know that, okay, I'm watching you and it's my duty to watch you. But at the same time, I got handlers watching me to make sure I'm watching you. And then the handlers got handlers watching them to make sure that the handlers is watching the bots to watch you. And then it just goes on and on and on, dog. And it's like a chain that never ends. And voila, and welcome to the police state. You know what I'm saying? This is how the police state was created. You know what I'm saying? We just going to hire a bunch of fools. We're going to pay them to just surveil. We're going to bribe them. We're going to get them to come on in. You know what I'm saying? We're going to use money as bait. Just like, a little fish, when you go out there and fish, the worm or whatever you use as bait. You know what I'm saying? We're going to use it just to lure the big fish on in. You know what I'm saying? So that's what they've been doing to these goofy people out here. You know what I'm saying? They just, they using the money, you know what I'm saying, to lure these people in. And then once you get in, bam, gotcha, bitch. It's just like the Dave Chappelle. You know what I'm saying? I got you. You know what I'm saying? Now you trapped. Now you can't get out. So, and this is the reason, how else can you explain it? How else can you explain how come these bots are so determined and so motivated and watching every move you make and every step you take? Because there's other things to do, y'all. It's so much, there's only 24 hours in the day and so much that I need to get done. And I'll be feeling as though I don't be getting nothing done. Because it's so much distraction going on. It's so much. So you got to talk to yourself. I got to stay tunnel. I got to have tunnel vision. And I got to stay focused, laser focused on what I'm trying to do. Because there's so much to do. But then when you see these bots out here that act like there is nothing to do but follow you around, Like, you know that this is something serious, dog. Like, yo, it's no way in the world you're that dedicated into following me around. Especially if you've been following me around for years and they done told you that I'm this person and you know I'm not, because I ain't bust you upside your head, so you know I'm not crazy. You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, when you gonna wake up and be like, okay, let me leave this person alone? You can't do that. Cause I believe that it's like some type of, I believe that they assigned to you for like they might, be assigned to a TI, you know, for a certain amount of time. They might sign a contract to gangstalk you for 3 years, and they can't disappear on you until that 3 years is up. They might have a 3-year contract to watch you, 5-year contract, a 2-year, 1 year, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Everything's based off of, assumptions and just me analyzing the program, because I've been in it for so long. So I analyze, because you're not going to get nothing from them. So you got to take your own, your own intuition and the books that I read and just put 2 and 2 together. Like, okay. Because like I said, people call out from jobs every day. People quit jobs every day. You know what I'm saying? People quit. But with this gang stalking, man, I still be seeing the same old folk. I'm like, you still doing it 7 years later? And on top of that, though, when you see people that have been doing it for 7 years later, their life look like shit. You know what I'm saying? They don't look like they balling to me. I still have not seen none of these none of these gang stalkers with a Maya. Where your Maya at? Where your Alicia Keys? I ain't seen none of that. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, what are you really doing it for? Just admit it. You're afraid. Just admit it. You're one big fat vagina. Just admit it. Just at least do that, and then we can get over that hump. You know what I'm saying? Once we get over that hump, you know what they say about Alcohol Anonymous and stuff? You got to first admit that you got a problem first. They can't help you. You know what I'm saying? You keep on being in denial. I ain't got no drinking problem. I'm not on drugs. I ain't got no problem. You know, as long as you stay in that state of mind, we can't help you. So as long as you keep saying, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. I'm not a big fat vagina. Yes, you are. You a big fat vagina. This is your country. Take your country back. You know deep down inside you don't want to do it. You know deep down inside you don't want to be gang stalking somebody. Nobody in their right mind will want to be spying on somebody. You know what I'm saying? Just think about all this leisure time that you could be using to better your life. That's what this life is all about. This life down here is all about you bettering your own life. But at the same time, they said some people are biased to NPCs, and they are literally in this game to try to take you out. They don't have no mission. And that's why they say non-playing character. About an NPC, a non-playing character. We are in the game, and they're a non-playing character. And they're not even playing the game. You're playing the game, the real ones. But the bots, they're not playing the game. They're just in the way. You play a video game, and there's always the extras in the background just sitting around looking goofy. Just, you know what I'm saying? While you controlling your figure, your action figure, there's a whole bunch of NPCs just standing around goofy, moving around in circles, just looking dumb. And that's exactly how the Truman Show, aka Gangstalking Simulation, is. Once you're in this Gangstalking Simulation, you're just gonna be surrounded by a bunch of goofy trolls that don't have no purpose at all in life. The only purpose is to be in your way because you are the main character. And you got to just take that as face value. You just got to understand that. But like, okay, I am the Will Smith in this movie. I'm using him as an example because since he's a known star, and everybody else that's in the movie of Enemy of the State or whatever, it's just a bunch of actors in the background. And you just got to understand that. And you just got to just ride with that. Excuse me. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, a lot of people ain't waking up. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to wake up. They're going to be stuck down this joint. And let them be. Let them be. As long as I rise. Now I got the hiccups. You know what I'm saying? They do it all the time. As long as I rise. You know what I'm saying? As long as I do what I came down here to do, then it's mission complete. You know what I'm saying? So, So this is a message to all the bots. This is a message to the TIs. This is a message to everybody that finds this video. You know what I'm saying? You know, you just got to understand that. You just got to understand that, you know, it's way deeper than what you think, man. You know what I'm saying? Because it don't make no sense for people to be this motivated to do nothing. How can you be this motivated to do absolutely nothing? You know what I'm saying? You could be at the gym working out and building up a nice physique. It's so much to do. It's boring. Ain't nothing to do. Remember people used to say that when we was little? Not no more. I'm grown now. You'll never hear me saying nothing like that. It's boring. Ain't nothing to do. It's always something to do down here. Holla back. Man, this video is 20 minutes long. I didn't even know it was going to be this long. Holla back, y'all. DB Gangstalking Simulation.
Nowhere to run, I'm in terror, and no one cares. A closed casket at my funeral when no one's there.